going on, guys? What's going on, Alex? What's going on, Birds and Nation? What's going on, Quinn Philly? What's good, everybody? Sorry about this. There's a little bit of a change of plans. Usually, yeah, Alex, what's going on? Usually, the post game talk is always over on Joey's channel. But Joey, I've not been able to get in touch with him, and pretty sure he just called it a night or something. He's probably asleep or something. I don't know. But we'll probably pick it back up next week over there. But in the meantime, we'll talk about the game a little bit, man. I mean, I went to this game today, and the Eagles won, and there's a lot of good. There were a lot of fans were there, and it was a good weather for the game, and it was a good game. I mean, I wouldn't go crazy about this win. I really wouldn't. I wasn't pleased by what I saw from the Eagles' offense in this game. I saw a lot of negatives from the offense. I saw a few drops. I saw penalties. I saw Wentz miss a few guys. And I won't come down too hard on them, but I need this team to be have more consistency, on the offensive side of the ball. That's really what I'm looking for with the Eagles offense. Just continue to put up points on the board. Keep these drives rolling. But other than that, the Eagles, the defense came to play. Been talking all this talk about sacks and not being able to get to the quarterback, and that's really been a problem for us. This really has. But this game, you got to give all the credit to the Philadelphia Eagles defense. 10 sacks, few takeaways. Let's see. I mean, they were all over Luke Falk. I don't even know. Nate Gary had the pick six, and Rodney McLeod had another interception, and Orlando Scandrick had a strip. Fumble recovery, scoop and score for a touchdown as well. So scored 2 defensive touchdowns in this game. Really just made Luke Falk's life a living hell. I'm surprised that he made it. Through the game, man. So you just straight up got to give it to the Eagles defense here. The offense, we got some shit to talk about. Absolutely. Going into this Vikings game, man, Kirk Cousins ain't shit, but at the same time, he ain't Luke fucking Falk. All right. So what our offense did today, it's not gonna be good enough. Defense, I'm hoping all the sacks they had in this game gives them a little more confidence that they can get after opposing quarterbacks, and I think they'll be able to get some pressure on Kirk Cousins. But the offense, it's really what I need to focus on. DeSean Jackson, boy, do we need him back, man. We need a guy who can take the top off the defense, really make some big plays, like one score, one play, touchdowns. That's really what we need to see with DeSean Jackson. We need him back in the lineup for sure. You can only go so far with intermediate passing game, no down the field deep threat, no speed threats really. Nelson Aguilar has that, but it always seems like Carson Wentz and Nelson Aguilar are never on the same page. Either Nelson Aguilar drops a pass, or Carson Wentz overthrows him, or Nelson Aguilar stops running the route mid-route, stuff like that. It always seems like Nelson Aguilar and Carson Wentz are never, ever, ever on the same page. So that's a problem. I mean, we really need to make big plays down the field in the passing game. I think that's going to be crucial going forward. So DeSean Jackson really needs to get back as soon as possible. I hope his injury isn't very severe. I wouldn't say that we actually know the severity of it yet. Could this be another Mack Hollins situation? I really hope that it isn't. But could it be? It most certainly could be. I mean, We didn't see that shit coming with Mac Hollins last season. So it's just something to think about. So hopefully we hear some good news about Deshaun Jackson this week. Probably most likely Wednesday is when we'll start hearing stuff again. When the team practices and the injury reports come out, we will probably know a lot more. But other than that, guys, I mean, a couple guys I want to shout out, though, in this game. I really thought Miles Sanders was making some big plays in this game, whether he was catching passes out of the backfield, whether he had, he had a few big runs. Jordan Howard had some big runs. Guys were making plays. I mean, Dallas Goedert made some plays. Zach Ertz scored a touchdown. The offense was sloppy, and I stick by what I said earlier. The penalties and all the bullshit and, the inconsistency was there, but there were some good moments. I mean, I'm not going to beat them up. I'm not going to beat up the offense all the way, but, they got to be better. Alshon made some good catches. There's just pretty much the usual. But there was nothing crazy with this offense. So offense has to stay more consistent. Can't have any bullshit, have any slow starts or anything, stuff like that. Those are things that we want to avoid. So I will get to some of your guys' comments now, but those are pretty much my thoughts on the game. Offense has to start being consistent. Defense, I like what I saw. I hope the defense can carry a little bit of that confidence going forward into this 3-game road trip, because Lord knows that this fucking team is going to need that on the defensive side of the ball. I mean, we've seen this defense get picked apart, but hey, coming off a game gets 10 sacks and 2 defensive touchdowns. Shit, that's got to do something for your confidence. So I am very pleased with the defense. Offense need to see more consistency. So now I'm going to get into some of your guys' comments. And yes, the Dallas Cowboys did fall to the Green Bay Packers today, which means one thing. The Dallas Cowboys, who at some point in the season, a couple weeks ago, really after week 3 heading into week 4, the Philadelphia Eagles had that week 4 matchup on the road at Lambeau Field against this very same Green Bay Packers team. Pretty much the Eagles were on the ropes at that point. Pretty much the Eagles had to win that game or they're going to be 1-3. And Dallas going to New Orleans and Teddy Bridgewater starting. And, who's to say that Dallas should have lost to Teddy Bridgewater? But they did. And we beat. And who's to say we should have beaten Green Bay? I was one of the people that really believed that we would win that game. But a lot of people didn't give us a snowball's chance in a microwave to win that game. But we did. And look what happened. Green Bay, off of a 10-day rest, coming off a loss, was very, very motivated. And they go into Dallas and they get off to a hot start, and Dak Prescott's throwing interception after interception after interception. Their offense can't do shit, but they started mounting a comeback in the second half. But Dallas, in the end, they just couldn't get out of their own way. Dak, way too many turnovers. Amari Cooper dropping the ball. Ezekiel Elliott not able to get going. He's their X factor. He's the engine that makes the Dallas Cowboys go. He hasn't been going this season very much. So this continues. It's going to be a huge problem for the Dallas Cowboys moving forward. I like the Eagles. I like what I saw from the Eagles defensively. I said that several times already. But the one thing I want to point out is the Eagles. I mean, look at what Le'Veon Bell. I kind of feel bad for Le'Veon Bell watching this game. The guy, you keep trying to give him the ball, he's got nowhere to go, because even with injuries to Malik Jackson, our big free agent signing at defensive tackle, and then the Timmy Jernigan's not expected to be out for at least a couple more weeks, but hopefully we will get him back by the Dallas game. That would be very nice. But even though, get injured at defensive tackle, Hassan Ridgeway, give credit to him. And, these guys are able to stop the run very, very well. So if we continue to stop the run the way we're able to stop the run, I like I like that. I like that with this defense, but it looks like we are kind of. I personally feel like we're headed in the right direction, and Dallas is headed south. So, it's something to watch. It is week 5, and we're going into week 6 next week. So, we'll see what happens going forward. But I gotta say, Dallas, they looked really damn good against those really bad football teams. But going up against New Orleans, going up against Green Bay, they're not looking too good. We looked as fucking good as we've looked the whole year against Green Bay, in Green Bay. And one more thing I'm going to add to the Dallas game, and then I promise I will get to reading some comments. Eddie Taylor, what's up, my man? Henry Buss, what's up, my man? One thing I will say, though, about that game that no one's talking about, okay? The Green Bay Packers went into this game without Davante Adams, their best offensive playmaker. Still found a way to get it done. So, shout out to the Green Bay Packers. Shout out to the Cheeseheads. Shout out to Pro Gamer Galaxy. He's always in the chats. Friend of the show. Friend of the channel. Great guy. Congrats to your Packers. Congrats to Aaron Rodgers for continuing his dominance over the Dallas Cowboys. Discount double check, baby. Hope I didn't murder that. But yeah, I'm gonna read some of your guys' comments now. We're gonna get into a little bit of a conversation. Yep, you're absolutely right, JM. I'm gonna pull this comment on the stream. None of that shit is gonna fly against Minnesota. Absolutely. We cannot be fucking around with our offense in this game. So this upcoming game, rather. So, we got to have more consistency. We got to have consistency across the board. With anywhere from coaching, there's a few play calls that were kind of bad, like on that 3rd and 1 late in the game. You throw a ball to Dallas Goedert and he's not able to catch the ball. Should have just ran the damn ball to Jordan Howard and this wouldn't be a problem. And then you go for a quarterback sneak with Wentz on 4th and 1 and you don't get it. And that's the first time you haven't gotten the conversion on a quarterback sneak all year. But point still remains, it's 3rd and 1. Run the damn ball. Run a quarterback sneak on 3rd and 1. Give the ball to Jordan Howard, Miles Sanders, and just trust them to get 1 yard. Can't trust those guys to get 1 yard in that situation. Stuff like that can't happen. Penalties, the holding and shit and all kinds of shit like that. Like all the sloppiness, all the false starts and shit like that cannot happen. We have to start playing complete games. Like I'm not just talking about starting slow. I mean, of course you got to start fast. But another very, very important thing is penalties. You have to play a clean game. You have to be disciplined. Can't be doing stupid shit all the time and shooting yourself in the foot and and you get the ball on the 25-yard line and you get a 10-yard penalty and you're back up to the 15 and you get a false start and then, it's 1st and 25 from the 10-yard line. That's not a good thing. That's not a good thing. So penalties has to stop. Just take care of the football. No turnovers. Start fast. Carson has to hit the guy. He has to find these guys. He has to make the right throws. And Carson, he made some great throws. I don't think Carson had like a terrible game, but I definitely don't think he had a game that will be up to his standards. He has to play better. The whole offense has to play better moving forward. Doug Peterson has to help these guys out too with some good play calls. But I think the Eagles will start to head in the right direction and kind of start good little winning streak here. We're on 2 in a row, so Can't win 4 in a row till you win 3, so we're focused on winning 3 in a row now. Yep, don't let this blowout distract you from the big picture. You're absolutely right, JM. Yep, absolutely got to be more consistent. Aaron Jones ran all over the Cowboys. Absolutely have 4 touchdowns. So shout out to the people that started Aaron Jones in their fantasy teams this week. LeBlanc, yeah, absolutely. I would love to see Cre'Von LeBlanc come back and just help the secondary out. I think it'd be a huge boost. But it'll probably be a few more weeks until that happens. I know Jalen Mills is expected to come back after the Minnesota Vikings game, so he will be in for Dallas. But hopefully the Eagles, still make a move for a corner. It would be nice to see them actually fucking do something. I mean, I've made a few videos about trade targets for the Eagles. If you guys haven't seen them, but Chris Harris Jr. is on the Eagles' radar. I'm pretty sure. I mean, they really want Jalen Ramsey, but with the way that the Jacksonville Jaguars are acting with this whole situation, it's just a huge mess. He doesn't want to play for them, and they're pretty much being petty towards him for that. So they're just trying to keep him on the team at all costs, even though he's probably not going to play for him. So that's their fault. And if they do decide to trade him in the offseason, they're going to get less for him then than they will now. They're not maximizing their opportunity to get the most for Jalen Ramsey. I already mentioned Chris Harris Jr., maybe Patrick Peterson. I'd love to see Xavier Howard on this team. Can you talk the Dolphins into trading him to you? Already on a extension. You could probably fit that under the cap. It's nothing crazy. He's making $11 million. His deal is pretty much $11 million, $12 million every year for the next 5 years. So, which isn't anything crazy. It's nothing crazy. Ramsey, his deal will probably be around 15. So, you get Xavier Howard for slightly less money. I'd be cool with that. Other than that, there's probably some guys in Cincinnati. I mentioned William Jackson in one of my videos, a very good physical guy who can play press and play zone. Physical, makes plays. He's very tall and long, so he's got long arms and can break passes up very well and stuff. So I really like him as well. Drake Kirkpatrick, veteran, you could bring in who can play. Who's been around the league, been in the league a long time, knows what he's doing. So any of those, I think, would really help our secondary get to where they need to be. Still need more corners, Alex. Absolutely. Thoughts on Scandrick? Oh, let me talk about Orlando Scandrick for a second, man. I mean, a lot of people are shitting on this guy, and I wasn't exactly shitting on him, but I wasn't too thrilled at all that we signed him. I was just like, at least he's a veteran, and that's pretty much where I drew the line. I wasn't expecting much, but shout out to Scandrick making huge plays. I actually think Scandrick had 2 sacks today. Plus, he had the strip, and he scooped it up and scored a touchdown. So, I mean, if Scandrick can make some plays like that, hey, man, I'll be very happy with that. So, hopefully Orlando Scandrick can continue to do stuff like that for the Eagles defense. I had to stream the game, so I didn't see the game like I wanted to. Cousins looked like garbage against the Giants today. He had a lot of easy throws. Well, Cousins really hasn't been good at all this year, so hopefully that trend continues when we play against him and we're able to take advantage of it. Yep, division's all tied up. What's up, Bacon Grizzler? My boy is here. Aaron Jones was balling. Yeah, he outplayed the shit out of Zeke. Cowboys fans, I'm going to get on Dallas fans. I usually don't talk shit about – I don't want to talk shit about them because we're not really playing them right now, and I don't see the point of, all the off-season chirping and shit. Like, I think, personally, my opinions, a lot of people do it, but in my personal opinion, I think it's kind of fucking stupid to make videos like that. There's better videos we can be making other than just like talk shit. But I got to get on the Dallas fan base for a minute here. And this is all I'm going to say about them. That's all I'm going to say. All right, you start off the season, you beat the New York Giants, who started Eli Manning, who is now on the bench. Played Case Keenum and the Redskins, got that win. And the Miami Dolphins, the worst team in the NFL. And the Eagles lost 2 tough games back-to-back to Detroit and Atlanta. Even though we gave Atlanta their first their only win of the season. They're pretty much very bad. But for some reason, all our fucking players dropped like flies and our entire team played like shit in that game. So it is what it is. But my point is, we're sitting on 1-2. They're 3-0. They're puffing their chests out, and they're September champions. This is why you don't declare yourselves September champions. They don't hand trophies out in September. All right? They don't hand out NFC East titles. They don't hand out Super Bowls. They don't hold out NFC championship titles. They don't hand trophies out. You don't get shit for beating up on some bum-ass teams in September. What you need to be worried about is beating teams in October, November, December, and beating teams in January, which Dallas really hasn't been able to do that much since, the last 20-something years. They won a playoff game last year. Okay, so what do they have, 3 or 4 in the last 24, 25 years? Like, Dallas fans are it's been so long. And I always say this. I always say this when Dallas gets brought up. It's been so long since Dallas fans have known the feeling of having like a winning team that if they have anything that sort of feels like what it would feel like to have a winning team, they lose their fucking minds. And that's what you saw in the first week. That's why I say September champions. Nobody gives a shit about what you're doing against these sorry-ass teams. Beat somebody. You went into New Orleans. You lost to a fucking kicker. All right? Teddy Bridgewater wasn't doing shit. Teddy Bridgewater pretty much sucked ass in that game. He was terrible. And Dak Prescott and the high-octane Cowboys offense, and Kellen Moore is a young offensive mind. You would have thought Kellen fucking Moore, their offensive coordinator, came up with the fucking cure for cancer and HIV and shit. The way they were gassing him up for those first couple of, you see Scott Linehan, what's the problem? Blah, 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 blah. I don't know. You're hearing all this, like, doing all this cock guzzling for Kellen fucking Moore. Really? Really? So it's just funny. This is what they fucking get for talking all that shit, for saying how, we're September champs and we're running away with this division, and Carson Wentz, they call him Wentz, WINTZ. Gayest shit I've ever fucking heard, but they think that shit is hilarious. So that's pretty much it, man. Cowboys, they brought this shit on themselves. They can't beat any good teams. I'm not really that fucking worried about playing them in a couple weeks. Focus on the Vikings game, though. We got to take care of business. But I think the Eagles, they might start to get a little bit of separation from the Dallas Cowboys if they win their next couple of games. I really think that. So we just got to build on what we've done this season. We've had a lot of good moments. We've had a lot of bad moments. But, we got to get healthier. Hopefully we get Timmy J back soon. Hopefully Djax's injury is not severe. And he will be back on the field this season. I really, truly hope so. Because him being out has took a ding in our offense, even though our offense has been able to tread water and still, our offense can still, go down the field with not that many problems. So, hopefully he plays in the Vikings game, and I really hope he plays in the Dallas game. But it's pretty much all I have to say about that. So those are my thoughts on the Dallas Cowboys and their dumbass fan base and the hashtag September champions. Even though, one last thing I'm going to say, this is the last thing I'm going to say about it, and I'm done. Yeah, these fucking Cowboys fans talking shit the whole week, and then they gave up in the first half after they were getting their asses whooped, handed to them by their fucking father, Aaron Rodgers. Motherfuckers, they turned the TVs off, and they went in the house and they turned on Red Dead Redemption, turned on NBA 2K20 to play at the park and shit on PS4 or Xbox One or whatever the fuck system you play. And then you logged on to fucking Pornhub. And then in the fourth quarter when they started fucking playing good, oh, now the Cowboys fans decided to come back. This is why no one in the league respects these dumbass, delusional, fair-weather ass, stupid ass, dumbass fans. That's all I got to say. So I got to read some more of you guys' comments. Let's talk about the Eagles. My grandmother can beat the Miami Dolphins herself from her grave. Cowboys fans acted like that was doing something. That's what I say, bro. September champions. Dak is the MVP. Dak is better than Mahomes. Dak is better than Carson Wentz. Dak this. Dak fucking that. We them boys. Kellen Moore cured cancer. And all this other shit. You guys hear any of that shit right now? I sure as fuck don't. I sure as fuck don't. But it's whatever. Yep, fucking Skip Bayless and his dumbass. I can't wait to see what kind of dumbass excuses he makes. Shannon Sharp is going to drop a bomb on his ass tomorrow. Yep. Cowboys got whooped like a kid shoplifting. They fucking, yeah. They are no match for the Green Bay Packers, bro. The Green Bay Packers pretty much fucked themselves and they let Dallas back in that fucking game. But thankfully, Green Bay was still able to beat them by double digits. Green Bay should have kicked their ass. I mean, Green Bay they really fucking let them back in the game. They need to, Green Bay, if they're really going to be an NFC contender, they're going to have to learn when they get on a team, you're kicking a team's ass, put your foot down on their throat. They haven't been able to do that. So that's why we were able to beat them. They were up 10-0 on us, and, we went down the field on them, and we pretty much had a field day running the football against them, and, we put up whatever the fuck points we wanted to, took advantage of field positions. Their special teams, they get the ball out of bounds and shit like that. Miles Sanders had a huge kickoff return. Green Bay got exposed by us, but Dallas, it was right there for them. They had the tape. They saw what we were able to do. They have a good offensive line. They have Ezekiel Elliott. Green Bay is horrible at stopping the run the ball down their throats. They decided not to do that. They decided to put in Dak Prescott's hand. Dak Prescott proceeded to turn the ball over quite a bit. So, but thankfully, Green Bay still beat them by double digits regardless. So, that is what it is. And the most important thing of what happened today, Eagles won, Dallas lost. Both these teams are 3-2. They meet in 2 weeks, and it's gonna be a big game. And whoever wins that game is gonna be in first for a while. And maybe start to separate themselves from the other team. So I really think the Eagles, if they win that game, they're gonna start separating themselves from Dallas. Because Dallas, they've got some tough games coming up. I mean, if you thought Green Bay and New Orleans was just the start of it. They're catching a break this week playing the Jets, but like we caught one this week. But I'll tell you right now, man, Dallas, they got to play us. It's going to be a very tough game for them. They got some game. They got to go to New England pretty soon. They got Minnesota going to their house. They got to go to Detroit. They got to go. I already mentioned they got to go to New England. Buffalo is no joke. They got some tough games coming up. We have some as well, but what I see from Dallas and what I see from the Eagles is one team truly comes alive when there's adversity. And what I see from the other team is the other team completely falls apart when there's adversity. You guys do the math. You guys tell me which one's which. That's what I've seen the last 2 weeks. I pretty much couldn't have said it any better. Yep, Buffalo's not playing around. Their defense is no joke. Fortunately for us, though, their offense is really not that fucking good at all. But when we play them, we're gonna have to put some fucking points on the board. We're gonna have to put up enough points to actually win the game. So Buffalo's, they're not the old Bills anymore. They're really not. Buffalo's going 14-2. Wouldn't that be something else, man? What would Fox 87 do then if his Bills went 15-1 or 14-2? Yep, the most important thing, guys, is the offense. Offense has to stay consistent. That's pretty much it. If we force Josh Allen to his left, we will definitely win. Yeah, Josh Allen, he kind of fucking sucks. He has a very strong fucking arm, but he isn't accurate as shit. And if you kind of force him out of the pocket, he ain't going to do shit. Yeah. But that game's 3 weeks from now. We got Minnesota, Dallas, Buffalo. Then we finally come home. We finally come home and play Chicago. And, then we have a bye week. Then our schedule gets really hard, and we got to play New England and Seattle. And we get like 4 straight games. And then we get Miami, and then we get 4 straight games against the NFC East. So it's something to look forward to, but at the same time, look at what's in front of us. It'll be good. So I'm pretty much good, guys. I mean, I think this was a pretty good stream. If you guys weren't here in the beginning, Joey and I were gonna do something, but I haven't been able to get in touch with Joey, so my guess he's probably asleep or something. But before I go, make sure that you guys come on Wednesday night to my stream and get the word out about it. Get the word out about it because we're going to have a very special guest on the show this week. Last week we had Gangrene David, but this week we're having his royalness, his royal dingbatness, Philly 500 is joining the show to talk about, the Eagles with us. Talk about what do the Philadelphia Eagles have to do to defeat the Purple Dingbats. That is going to be very interesting. Me and Joey, me talking every week, but we're gonna try to bring guest speakers on our show as often as we can, just because it brings a little bit of a cool element. Having different people talk about the birds with us, talk about even if it's YouTubers from another team like Angry David. I feel like that kind of brought a different perspective. But the King, Mr. Royal, his royalness, his dingbatness will be he'll be talking with us on Wednesday night, and hope probably next Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening, maybe. I don't exactly know when, so don't quote me on it. But Joey and I, we will get the post game show with the two of us rolling back up. But I wasn't able to get a hold of Joey, but I wanted to still, talk with you guys about the game, see how you guys are feeling about the team and everything. So we'll be back soon. But until in the meantime, keep on the lookout. We'll have some videos out this week. I'll keep my eye on the injury report. See what's good with Deshaun. Hopefully he's doing a lot better. Then Wednesday night, Joey and me and Philly 500 probably have a pretty good stream and talk about some stuff, man. It'll be very exciting. So hopefully you guys are there. Get the word out and everything. Anyway, guys, this is your host of the Most Philly Jim. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight. Till next time, guys. Fly Eagles fly. I got to get out of here. Got a long week ahead of me. So, go Birds, baby.